Cause and fate are not only the connections between events, but also profound lessons about life. Every action, every thought can lead to unexpected consequences. When we understand the cause and fate, we will discover interesting things about ourselves and the world around us. The Buddha's teachings on cause and fate are not only philosophical but also very practical. They guide us in difficult times and find the way out of suffering. Have you ever wondered why life happens the way it does? Or do you want to discover how cause and fate can change your life from the simplest things? Let's embark on a journey to learn about cause and fate and discover the secrets it brings. 1. The interconnectedness of things. Causation is one of the core concepts in Buddhist philosophy, demonstrating the deep interconnectedness between things and phenomena in life. According to the Buddha's teachings, all things and phenomena do not exist independently, but are the result of a series of interacting factors. This means that each event that occurs is not due to a single cause, but is a complex combination of many different conditions and factors. For example, a rain is not simply the result of water evaporation. It is related to many factors such as temperature, air pressure, wind, and even weather in other areas. Similarly, in human life, a success or failure does not only come from individual efforts, but is also influenced by the environment, family, friends, and social circumstances. Therefore, clearly recognizing this interconnectedness helps us gain a deeper understanding of reality and how we interact with the world around us. 2. The principle of reality. In Buddhist philosophy, especially the concept of dependent origination, plays an important role in how people perceive life. According to this view, all things and phenomena do not exist independently, but are always connected to each other through a network of relationships. All joy or suffering comes from dependent origination. For example, happiness can come from one's own efforts and the care of others, while pain is often associated with the actions and circumstances we experience. When we clearly recognize this, people can accept reality more deeply. Instead of getting angry or frustrated when facing difficulties, we can find ways to solve problems calmly and learn from the experience. The principle of dependent origination also emphasizes that everything changes, encouraging us to live in the present and appreciate what we have. This allows us to develop compassion and empathy for others, recognizing that everyone experiences their own causes and conditions. Accepting reality based on this principle not only helps reduce suffering, but also opens up a new direction for the soul, making life more meaningful for ourselves and the community around us. 3. Interaction between mind and body. The relationship between mind and body is an important factor in forming causes and conditions in life. A peaceful mind often leads to good actions, while negative thoughts can cause stress and have a negative impact on health. When we experience positive emotions, the body also feels healthy and full of vitality. Conversely, bad moods can lead to wrong decisions and unwanted consequences. Therefore, it is essential to take care of both the mind and the body. Practices such as meditation, yoga, and taking time for yourself can help calm the mind and improve overall health. Karma is not only the connection between people, but also the interaction between the mind and the body, where every thought, emotion, and action affects our lives and those around us. 4. Change and action. The concept of karma in Buddhist philosophy not only helps us understand how things are connected, but also affirms the ability to change our lives through specific actions. Each individual has the ability to create good causes to attract better things into their lives. When we perform positive actions, such as helping others or taking care of ourselves, we are planting good seeds for the future. These actions not only benefit others, but also create a positive environment for ourselves. The power of self-control and personal responsibility is also important in karma. Every decision and action, no matter how small, can affect our lives and those around us. Being aware of this influence helps us become proactive in our lives. Change comes not only from external actions, but also from adjusting our internal thoughts. Shifting from negative to positive thinking can make a huge difference in our experience of life. Ultimately, karma reminds us that our lives are in our own hands. By creating good causes and taking responsibility for our actions, we can not only change ourselves but also spread good things to others, creating a more meaningful life for ourselves and the community around us. 5. Learning from suffering. Buddhism not only sees suffering as inevitable, but also sees it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Suffering often comes from past actions and decisions, but it also gives us the opportunity to become more aware of ourselves and the world around us. When faced with suffering, instead of running away from it, it is important to accept it and reflect on its causes. This helps us realize that we can change our current behavior and thinking to escape the cycle of rebirth. By developing compassion, practicing forgiveness, and cultivating positive thoughts, we can turn suffering into a valuable learning tool. Learning from suffering not only helps us grow as individuals, but also creates opportunities to connect with others. Sharing our experiences and lessons with those who are going through similar difficulties helps us to seek peace and happiness together. Thus, suffering becomes an essential part of our life journey, providing valuable lessons and opportunities to change in a more positive direction. 6. Compassion and love. The concept of dependent origination in Buddhist philosophy is not only a theory of interconnectedness, but also the foundation for developing compassion and love. When we realize that we are all interdependent, we can empathize with the suffering of others, which can motivate us to help and support each other. Compassion is not just an emotion, but a conscious action to alleviate the suffering of others. When we understand that the pain of others is our own pain, we can more easily help them. Small acts, such as asking how we are or listening, can create strong connections and enrich the lives of both parties. Practicing compassion benefits not only the recipient, but also ourselves. Research shows that people who practice compassion are happier and healthier. When an individual acts with compassion, they can spread good values to those around them, creating a stronger and more cohesive community. Ultimately, compassion and charity not only help individuals, but also contribute to creating a better world for everyone. Understanding karma not only helps us realize the connection between ourselves and others, but also promotes a life of meaning and happiness. 7. The path to liberation. Finally, understanding karma is the first and most important step in the journey to liberation. Karma not only helps us gain a clear understanding of how our actions affect our lives, but also opens the path to enlightenment. When people realize that every action has a result, they understand the power of choice in their daily lives. When we become aware of this connection, we have the ability to change the way we act and think. Practicing wholesome actions not only creates positive results for ourselves, but also spreads a positive influence to those around us. Actions such as compassion, forgiveness, and sharing can create a chain of positive karma, helping us feel more connected to our community and the world. The journey to liberation is not just about escaping suffering, but also about finding peace of mind. When we practice positive values, our minds become light, and we can experience deep peace. This serenity not only brings happiness to ourselves, but also contributes to building a positive environment for others. At the same time, practicing understanding karma helps us become more patient in life. We learn to face difficulties and suffering without feeling helpless, because we understand that everything is within the natural law of cause and effect. This allows us to develop a strong mind, always seeking peace even in the most difficult times. Ultimately, the path to liberation is a personal journey, but not a solitary one. When we practice compassion and connect with others, we can walk this path together. Mutual support in the community will create a great source of strength and motivation, helping each person to seek liberation and enlightenment in their own life. Therefore, understanding the concept of dependent origination is not only a knowledge, but also a practical action that leads us to a meaningful and happy life. Dependent origination in the Buddha's teachings is not only an abstract concept, but also a practical method to live harmoniously and peacefully in this complex world. This concept emphasizes that all things and phenomena have causes and conditions, helping us to perceive reality more clearly. When we understand that everything is connected, we can develop a broader view of life and relationships around us. This awareness encourages us to learn about the root causes of our own emotions and actions, as well as their effects on others. This creates a deep sense of personal responsibility. We do not just observe life, but also actively participate, have the ability to create change through our actions. Karma encourages compassion, sympathy, and cooperation, thereby building positive and mutually supportive relationships. Applying karma to daily life helps us face difficulties more patiently. Instead of being discouraged, we can find the cause and come up with feasible solutions. Finally, karma guides us to live more meaningfully, in harmony with ourselves and the community. Practicing karma helps us find inner peace and build a better society, spreading happiness to others. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment to share your views on this issue. Don't forget to follow the channel to update the latest content. See you in the next videos.